breaking news that we told you about earlier today out of the NFL. The Dolphins have fired head coach Mike McDaniel. Earlier this morning, this happened, according to our own Adam Schefter. McDaniel finished his Miami tenure with a 35-33 record. The Dolphins now become the 8th team with the head coaching vacancy this offseason. Other notable teams include the Ravens, Giants, Falcons, and Raiders. Let's pivot now to the NFC North. It is the oldest rivalry in the NFL. My Bears will be taking on the Packers for just the 3rd time now in history, doing it during the postseason. Wild card weekend. Let's go. Saturday will be the 3rd time Chicago and Green Bay have faced each other since the beginning of December, with the two splitting during the regular season. Right now, the Packers are a 1.5-point favorite on the road in Chicago. The question in front of me says, do the Bears have a chance? As a BS question. So what I'm going to say is, do you think the Bears will win on Sunday?
No, I do not. I think the Packers win. I think the Packers win handily. I'll ask you, because it's a study of yours. Give me one thing Chicago does well defensively outside
Turn
of
the football over.
Outside of get the ball over.
And it doesn't matter. You can't take it away from them. They take the football over.
Unintended.
I think teams give it to them at times. But they don't have anything else. There's nothing else that this defense is good at. And eventually that catches up to you. Like, there's teams that we are watching going into the playoffs that Jacksonville takes the ball away too, but they play good defense, a good, solid defense. Chicago doesn't have that.
Jacksonville can rush, though. That's the difference.
And eventually it catches up to it. Eventually you play a team that there's like Matt LaFleur, Jordan Love, Josh Jacobs. Don't give the ball to this team. Chicago, in games when they don't get multiple takeaways, not just one, multiples, 2-6 this year. So if Green Bay doesn't give the ball over, one, I don't think Chicago can cover them. They don't have enough people now that Green Bay's healthy with Jaden Reed and Christian Watson, Zach Tom on their offensive line. So they're healthy. Two, and let's be honest, okay? This is not hating. Eventually, in the playoffs, when your offense is inconsistent, and I feel this way about the Broncos as well, people, so don't just make this about Caleb and Chicago. When it's inconsistent, that bites you. There's only so many times over the course of a season when you can play inconsistent offensive football and still hang on to the end of the game miracle. It's just unlikely that is going to be a storyline in the playoffs versus high-end teams that are coached well. I like Green Bay.
I think that's great analysis of who Chicago is. But it's also forgetting what we've seen from this team. Right. It's forgetting that these two teams have played twice.
And Green Bay's controlled it both times.
I think Green Bay is the better football team, but this isn't a blowout. And there is a way for complimentary football to happen for the Chicago Bears, who have shown you time and time again in the most important moment, even as an inconsistent offense, Caleb Williams shows up. Sure. Ben Johnson shows up. Let's even talk about this defense and Kevin Byard, who last week, this team bends but doesn't break. Kevin Byard gets an interception late and gives them an opportunity to go win and score. That's who this team is. They are imperfect. The Chicago Bears just figure it out. But that's also a skill. That also builds belief. That also builds confidence. And so me looking at this game, they do understand that fully equipped, they don't match up well on the outside against the Green Bay Packers. So can the run game be a part of it? Can you create timely turnovers? And can we see Caleb Williams play above and beyond the X's and O's? And we've seen all of those things this year from this team.
I got Chicago.
Wow.
They've won 2 of the last 3 against Green Bay, even though they're like 5-27 against them over the years and stuff like that. Here's what I think you're missing, Dan. You talked about the 33 takeaways. 23 of them were interceptions. That ain't just you giving it to them. That's them doing something right. You get 23 interceptions on the year, you're doing something right as a defense. Now, I understand their defense, when you're not forcing those turnovers, obviously teams move the ball against you. You're not that impressive. I get that part. But damn it, 33 turnovers is 33 turnovers, especially when 23 of them are interceptions. I can't take that away. Here's what I want to throw at you about Green Bay's defense, because you didn't bring enough of that up. Micah Parsons goes down, suffers torn ACL. What have the Green Bay Packers been since then? Weeks 15 through 18, they've been absolutely awful. They've ranked 30th in success rate, 27th in yards per play allowed. All right, the defensive line has gone from 5th to 31st, the second worst in the league in a pass rush grade in that span. They don't get to the quarterback. What has Hafley, their defensive coordinator, decided to do since that particular moment in time? What they've done is they've tried to blitz more, okay? So because they've tried to blitz more, they were blitzing about 24% of the time when Micah Parsons is there. Now they're blitzing about 35% of the time, okay? All right? You can't create pressure. What are you doing? They're saying here, rank second in pressure rate, right? When sending 5 or more. What's the problem, though? 27th in efficiency. So I'm just saying to you, if you have to blitz just to have a prayer at stopping somebody, and you got a cat as elusive as Caleb Williams, who got arm strength, who's got an NFL body, who can scramble, who can throw on the run, I'm looking at and then not only that, remember, when they lost in Green Bay, what you lose? You lose 28-21.
You lose with an interception
the last minute of the game. You understand? I'm like, that's what it took for Green Bay to beat them. You go to Chicago, obviously they went to overtime, you throw a bomb to DJ Moore to win the game. I get that. I'm just looking at Chicago right now, and I'm saying, look, man, they in Chicago.
Yep.
They can win this game.
Yeah.
They can win this game. And by the way, don't be surprised if they knock Jordan Love out again.
I just think
Don't be surprised.
Dan, here's what I think.
Don't be surprised.
I think it's disrespectful to say that they don't stand a chance.
Okay, That's what I was going to say. Come on, dude. You think they don't have a chance?
Take it away, Shay. Take it away.
You think they don't have a chance? This team has not won a football game since Micah Parsons went down.
I think that if Green Bay does not turn the ball over,
which is probably not going to happen, considering Jordan Love has had 4 or 5 turnovers in his last 2 playoff
Chicago
starts.
doesn't stand a chance.
Damn.
I just don't think they can cover Green Bay.
If I went to Hair Club for Men, my hairline be here, bro.
Yeah.
A lot of ifs.
A lot of
ifs. A lot of ifs. What that is?
But one of the
If he went to that joint, he got implants.
But one of the ifs is a controllable. Your hairline ain't.
Here's what I'll say. If the Bears were playing any other team in the first round of the playoffs and they lost, whatever. It'd be a whatever. But the fact that they're playing a team that they've now seen 2 times in the last month or so, right?
Yes.
They've split, has been a thorn in their side, has been an issue for them over, since my whole life, pretty much my entire life.
Right.
They don't have Micah Parsons. They're not at full strength. And the Packers are sitting there thinking like, hey, if we lose this game, we might, which is insane in my opinion, I want to say, have a coaching change? I mean, that's literally the rumors going around.
Shay, your facts are right.
No, there seems to be a bigger urgency in this game for the Chicago Bears. To
No.
say they don't, yes.
No, I think there's more urgency for Green Bay. One, there's
Sure, that's your vantage point. My vantage point is for Chicago.
There's way more urgency for Green Bay.
No doubt.
Green Bay's sense of urgency coming into this game is not only relevant, but it's warranted.
Yeah.
Right? Green Bay wasn't supposed to be in this position. It doesn't matter if they're at full strength. Green Bay wasn't supposed to be in a position where they're the wild card team as the Chicago Bears are representing the NFC North. And so for me, that comes because of the way Chicago has played as well, but also Green Bay. And some of those deficiencies that you point out about Chicago, it's with ignorance to what Green Bay is not. And so exactly what Shay said, to say that they don't stand a chance, to say that this is going to be a blowout is a preposterous statement based on what we've seen when these 2 teams were on the field together. Now, if we were taking this separate from what we've seen when they faced each other, then I understand. But based on what we watched the last 2 times they've met, this is going to be a close and exciting game.
100%. Again, if this was any other team, I feel like Chicago would be like, it's all right. Just making here is a win. This team is different. It feels different.